Standard of Practice 3-6, realtors shall disclose the existence of an accepted offer to any broker seeking cooperation.
A cooperating broker calls and asks about a listing that they would like to see. If at that particular time there is an accepted offer already on that property, under this standard of practice, it needs to be disclosed to the cooperating broker.
So if I have a listing on a property and I've got an accepted offer on that property, and then you call because you're going to bring in an offer on the property, I need to disclose to you, because if I don't, it's misrepresentation probably. I need to disclose to you that I have an accepted offer. Now, why would I not want to? Well, it might be that I want to keep you on the hook. I want to keep you on the string because the first offer might somehow fall out, and I would like you to bring that offer in. Well, it would be misleading for me not to tell you that I have an existing offer on this particular property.
Now, this does not say that you need to disclose what the amount of that offer is on the property.
That's interesting because you would like to know, or I would like to know, depending upon who's bringing in the offer. Always nice to know what the other offer is.
Well, it would be nice to know what the amount is too, because if it happens to fall out, you now then going back, you know what the seller had previously accepted. If you were a buyer who was thinking of paying more than that, now you know that the seller had accepted an amount less than that. That would not be in the seller's best interest to
right,
have
so
that
not only are you not
information.
obligated, it might be a breach of fiduciary duty.
That's right.
If you went ahead and disclosed that. Standard of Practice 3-7, when seeking information from another realtor concerning property under a management or listing agreement, realtors shall disclose their realtor status and whether their interest is personal or on behalf of a client, and if on behalf of a client, their representational status. You know, think about that representational status, agent, sub-agent. Now, what is the relationship?
And yeah, many times you have a real estate agent or a realtor going out, and they're asking for information about a property. The listing broker may not know whether or not this person is acting as an agent or going to be acting for their own account. So you have to reveal right up front and disclose what your interest is in that property.
So I guess it's kind of apparent now. One way to avoid misrepresentation is to disclose. And they're going to say, well, you misrepresented. You didn't give me all the facts that I needed to have.
And when we talk about disclosure from the legal side of it, you always want to be able to document that you have made this disclosure. So often when you see a requirement to disclose a certain fact or information, and you don't have a form at that time, you can think about following up with a letter afterwards confirming the type of disclosure that you gave, so that you have it right there in your file in case maybe a year from now it becomes relevant.
Standard of Practice 3-8, realtors shall not misrepresent the availability of access to show or inspect a listed property.
I'm the listing broker, and I'd love to sell this property in-house because I'm going to get a larger commission share if I do it that way.
So you say, somebody calls up and says, is the listing available? And you say, well, it's not available for showing just yet. It won't be prepared and ready for showing for another week. And in that week period of time, you encourage offers within your own office.
Now, if you were going to delay types of showing, you'd want to have written consent from the seller to that effect, rather than just tell buyers, well, you know, our seller really wants it cleaned up before we show it, so that's going to take another couple of weeks. And of course, then during those 2 weeks, actively, trying to sell it in-house is not going to comport with the article requirement here of cooperation.
So we talked about Article 3, and then we went through the standards of practice.